So here we have it. Two guys in their 20s, both 6 feet tall, weighing right around 185. Costa, his second pro fight, the debut for Gracie as a pro. And that is the Boost tail of the tape. Now the rules, 10-point must system, 3 judges score the fight. It's based on effective striking, grappling, aggression, and cage control. No kicks or knees to the head of a grounded opponent. Let's go now to the ring announcer, Jazz Socorro.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin the World Series of Fighting 5 preliminary action. This fight is brought to you by Zebra Mats. 3 rounds in the World Series of Fighting middleweight division. And now, introducing fighting out of the blue corner. This fighter's record, 0 wins, 1 defeat. He stands 6 feet tall and weighed in at 186 pounds. Fighting out of Pasadena, Maryland. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Darren Costa. And now his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He also stands 6 feet tall. He weighed in at 185 pounds even. Fighting out of New York, by way of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Tonight, he makes his professional debut, presenting Neiman Gracie. Your referee is Gasper Oliver.
Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. All the way. Back it up. Back. Back it up. Where's she at?
Gasper getting control of the action early on, the ref here.
Early on, pushes him back.
Before the bell even rings. There you're looking at Darren Costa.
Fight!
There we go.
Gracie in the white.
Now they know who's in charge.
They touch, it's underway. Gracie in the white in his pro debut.
So Costa has a southpaw stance and right away goes for a clinch. You know, you see, that might be the reason, because last time he got stopped by way of knockout. So maybe he says, you know, I don't want to go knockout again. Let's go for a clinch. But against the guy with the Gracie last name, I don't think it's a smart thing.
Especially a guy with a black belt in jiu-jitsu who is an instructor in it as well.
Yeah.
You know where Gracie wants this fight to go.
And slowly but surely, he drew that plan against him. And he will start bringing him to the ground. I remember the Gracies all the way in the beginning said, you know, going to the ground is inevitable. And once it goes to the ground, it's our world. But that was before, like, great wrestlers, Matthews, you know, all these guys start coming in, because they could stop takedowns. It looks like Costa does have a wrestling background here. Oh, or maybe not. Yes, he's on top. But you know that, against the BJJ guy, that's not such a good position. He's probably going to go for a high guard. Very smart. Costa gets up, so the guard slides a little lower. It's going to be harder to pull off
Costa gets some nice punches in the meantime.
Yep, and that's the great thing also. If you push yourself away, you got a lot of space for your strikes.
And Darren Costa backs off. He has his own strategy. Let's stand it back up. I'm not going to stay on the ground. Costa fighting from the southpaw stance.
No, and go. Maybe this was a mind game. Maybe he said, okay, first I'm going to clinch. Second time he's going to think I'm going to do it again, but now I'm going to strike.
Gracie used a lot of energy to get Costas down.
Yeah, that left
Costa
straight, nice.
got it left in.
Left body shot and another body shot, another body shot. Very nice. And those are the liver to the liver, the left side. And it's his power hand.
Goff and Osborne coming up next. And of course, later on in the main event, Arlovsky and Kyle, heavyweights. Right now, it's young middleweights. Costa with a nice first round. This is his second pro fight. Darren Costa from Maryland in the blue. And Neiman Gracie in his pro debut. You can see over there behind the cage, that's Uncle Henzo shouting instructions. There in the blue on the second row.
Broke free, and this time Neiman Gracie comes forward, walks to the punch.
Costa gets him again with a nice left there. He slid it in.
You know, that's with southpaws. If you don't have southpaws to train with, they get you. Here the corner here creates space and punch him in the face.
As we mentioned, we've seen him throw some nice punches. Costa also with a solid wrestling background. It has been work here for Gracie in this first round.
I think it's a smart fight from Costa. He just has to watch out. He's not going to end up on the ground, especially on the bottom like this.
And there Gracie gets the takedown.
You know, and especially 1.5 minutes to go. Easy. Can he go for a submission? He's already in half guard. The corner, you will hear corner shouting elbow, but I think he will automatically go to his default game, which is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu now. Oh, there we go, armbar, very nicely done. Look
He's
at that,
stretching out the right, going for the submission. He got it. He's got it. Neiman Gracie, 104 in round one in his pro debut. Finishes it off in Gracie fashion with an armbar win.
You know, you give him a little bit of time, a little bit of space, a bada bing, bada boom, he slaps it on.
Well, that looked easy.
It really did. You know, but you know, it's a good fight for him as well because he got rocked a few times, hit hard. So now you know he can take a punch and keep on fighting, which is a very important thing to know as a fighter. Because if that never happened to you and you're going to go next to your next fighter, will always be in your head, can't I take that punch? Because taking a punch in training, taking a punch in fighting, two completely different things.
And Darren Costa landed some solid strikes in that first round, but goes down to defeat for the second time in as many tries as a pro. Now, early on in this fight, it's Costa using his strikes going to the body, boss.
Beautiful liver shots here. One of them was a real hit. Exactly at the spot of the liver. Boom, look at this. Dazed him, but Gracie just kept on going. And from here, took it to the ground. And that is, as I mentioned, you do not want to be there, especially on the bottom.
This is textbook right here.
Textbook, boom. He thinks he bucks him up, but he doesn't. He gives him an armbar. Look at this, beautiful hips all the way forward. Nice extension, leverage on the arm. That's perfect black belt jiu-jitsu for you right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight ends with a tap out due to an armbar at 3 minutes and 57 seconds of the very first round. Your winner, Neiman Gracie.
Yeah. Get ready. Listen. What you wanna do? If you don't strike first, that's when they gon' come at you. Yeah. And you know it's true. Don't let your life get worse. Being timid, that ain't cool. Nah.